Good morning, y'all. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Previously on Kimba TV. So yeah, if you're bullish, you really don't want to go lower than that single print. You know, maybe clean that low and go type of shit. And then obviously, like we talked about yesterday, we never did the 70,222 bullish retest here. We initially wanted it to do this, grab that, and then go. So it's pretty much hanging around between, you got the weekly point of control, right? The previous day point of control for those of you that were waiting for full rotation. Yeah, you would want to lose previous day point of control. You may or may not have term value area high already into resistance. Traditional markets look a little bit bullish. Okay, traditional markets look a little bit bullish. So what you probably want to keep an eye on today is like S&P, and see how it's going to want to gap. And then NASDAQ as well. So NASDAQ is actually breaking its all-time high now. So it might be getting its bullishness out of the way pre-market. But S&P obviously already made an all-time high. Bitcoin already made an all-time high. NASDAQ is just doing it now. So now that, you know, all the big markets have made all-time highs, you may want to be cautious for a little bit of a pullback. What's Nvidia doing? Yeah, Nvidia, same thing. So just be careful. A lot of the big names are kind of topping out now. So want to be careful for that. And then Biddy is just, you know, VWAPing the whole way from the top. All right. So people that, you know, got into shorts around here, good shit from last night. What you want to do if you're shorting is you want to stay below VWAP. Penetrating that, turning into support, probably is going to take you back up to all-time high again. All right, nothing too crazy, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we'll keep an eye on Nvidia, we'll keep an eye on NASDAQ, we'll keep an eye on S&P. How is gold? Okay, so gold wasn't able to do an SFP yesterday, but it's trying to rally back above support zone, so that's okay. Not that big of a deal. Basic fib. So that's okay. We looked at Nvidia. We looked at traditional markets. Yeah, that's about it, Lions. So yeah, I would still be looking for a third drive. I would be down for that, a third drive. But yeah, it's really neat. It's really got to convince me that it's bearish for me to short, as you guys already know, with all of the underwater shorts. All right, you guys good? That's about it, level to level. So we have levels to the upside, we have levels to the downside. Obviously, the levels to the downside is still here. And obviously, if you lose that, then I probably wouldn't think about longing until... I mean, the single prints and the TPO point of control is good. Every fucking retail trader is talking about 70. So I would just naturally assume that 70 is going to bait a lot of people to long, and then it'll actually come down to here. So yeah, 70, not that great since every fucking buddy is talking about it. I'm a big level to level guy. So, you know, 70 is kind of like in the middle. So I'm probably not going to care too much for it anyways. So you got that, which is the range low. you got that, which is the range high. You're smack dab in the middle between the VWAP and the point of control. So there's really no trade to be had here. You're already in the short, you're already in the long. That's it. All right, so that's what we got going on for the next like 4 or 5 hours as we wait until FOMC, and then, whoo, we gonna see what FOMC is, boy. Venom says, sir, for scalping, can we short that PDPOC if it penetrates and give retest? If you have already done that before and you know what you're doing, then yes. So Venom, obviously that is not a good way to trade, right? Do you really want to short just on a bearish retest? That's good enough for you. So obviously if you're going to take a position, you would need much more than that. You know, that's like how my 7-year-old niece trades. You would want to look at S&P. I mean, you didn't even mention S&P Confluence, and today is FOMC. So if that is good enough for you, sure. In my opinion, that's not good enough in terms of data. Okay. No, sir, I am not scalper. Yeah, but again, that's all you need. Like, you don't need S&P to be bearish to take a short. What if NASDAQ and S&P is making all-time highs? You still want to short Bitcoin at PDPOC? So like, I don't know what you don't know, Venom, and I don't know how many times you've done that to have experience. So if that is your first time ever taking a trade setup like that, try it and see what happens. Okay? But do you have CVD hidden bear div? Have you taken PDPOC bearish retest? Usually you have like a hidden CVD bear div. Okay. So agreed, but I still want to test it. I might do it in paper trading. Yeah, go for it. That's basically what you got to do. Like, don't ask me. Try it and see it for yourself. And you have to try it hundreds of times. So me and the OG veterans, we've already tried that hundreds of times. What I would say is, one, you need S&P Confluence on a day like today. If S&P is pumping, if S&P is dumping, I don't know if you want to go against that on Bitcoin. You see what I'm saying? If S&P is just pumping and pumping and pumping, do you really want to short Bitcoin? If S&P is dumping, do you really want to long Bitcoin? So right off the bat, on a day like today, I would be taking all the Bugama stuff into consideration. Okay? And then for me to take a long or a short, it's not good enough that it's just a bearish retest. Okay? So for example, it's got to be holding structure. I would like to have confluence on VWAP and some sort of fib level. I would love to get positions trapped. But if you ask me, hey, should I short the bearish retest? I don't think that's good enough. I mean, when you're starting out and learning how to trade, yes, you learn about bearish retests. But on a day like today, I don't know if just shorting a bearish retest is good enough. I would be looking for way more data and way more edge. Okay? But like I said the whole week, Venom, however you're going to trade today is your best. So if your best is just knowing bearish retest, then that's okay. But it's going to give you an opportunity to say, hey, man, I need to learn a lot more. I can't just be taking trades on bearish retests or I'm going to get wrecked. All right? Or maybe it juices and maybe it works. All righty? So, just do your best today. It's probably a little bit too late to start talking about, hey, this is my plan. What do you think? It's good enough, brother. Do it. All right. So, today, identify levels, prepare, plan, take your shots. If you get into positions, just manage risk and do the right thing today. All right. More impressive than making a whole bunch of money today would be if you can show yourself that you can do the right thing and you can manage risk. So what I would like is for everybody to be able to look at themselves in the mirror today and be proud of themselves. Not looking at themselves in the mirror and being angry that you did some stupid shit that you knew you shouldn't have done. All right. Don't be getting into a position and then instead of getting stopped out at a tiny loss or break even, you end up start adding to it or moving the stop loss and then you get wrecked today. Okay. Just don't do some stupid shit like that. So give me your best, do your best. And my goal would be for everyone at the end of the day today to be able to look at themselves in the mirror and say, maybe I made a lot of money, maybe I didn't make that much money, but I did the right thing and I can be proud of that. And that's something that I can build upon. But would it be fair to say that if you think that your planning is just waiting for here, then you're not planned at all? You know what I mean? I'm ready for this, right? Were you here last night when people were like, oh my God, Kimba, we missed the short. Kimba, fuck, man, I missed the short again, bro. I missed the 7.5. Some people took it. Some ding-dongs got stopped out. You know what I mean? But you need to have a plan. Okay, if that's too quick or you didn't want to take that, then what is the next move? You take the golden pocket retrace. So let it come back down. Okay, it's supposed to do this. Okay, so if you really want to short, the bearish retest of the golden pocket is where you short next. So if you miss that one, you have this opportunity. You also have this getting broken. So you could have shorted here if you wanted to, stop loss right there. We went over this all last night. But you need to be planned out. This is where, you know, Kimba, did you short that? No, I missed it. Okay. He must be long then. 5 minutes later. All right, guys, who juicing on that short? What do you mean? You said you didn't short. What do you mean? What is this? Bitch, is you stupid? You didn't tell me. Testnet. So like, I don't know what you don't know. You know what I mean? But there's basic math there for everybody. All right? So everybody should be prepared. You got to be prepared. You can't just be waiting for the one and only best, most ideal setup. And then your plans are fucked because you didn't get the best perfect scenario. So, all right, fibs, volume, point of control, and a lot of this stuff just comes down to experience. Have you done it before, or is this trade the first ever trade setup that you're executing? Kimba, what do you think about the VWAP lining up with the 7.5? Should I take it? I don't know. Try it. Manage risk. Is this your first time doing that ever in the history of your trading life? Or do you have a little bit of experience to fall back on? All-time high viewers, I'm not sure. I think we've hit 1,600 one time, but that was when I turned on all my iPads. How many viewers does it say we have right now? I've got so many windows open, I can't even see the Twitch dashboard. But I have about 900 iPads on in the living room. 15? Yeah, so I have 900 iPads in my living room watching my own stream. And so there's really 600 of you guys, real life humans. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. That's still an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment that we can all share. You guys understand that?
I said, are you strong? They said, I'm strong if you strong. I said, we strong again.
Here we go. 3 minutes. All right, 2 minutes. I'm going to get this countdown off the screen. Levels to the upside, ready to go. Levels to the downside, ready to go. Lions, are you ready? Coke Zero says, my plan continued to be in the box. Arriving beach house, brother. Are you taking that shorty? Which one? 1, 2, 3, 4, heavy 78? Nah. If I'm not gonna go heavy if I do take it. So first things first, remember what we said about the daily candle closes. So this is what the daily candle close looks like. All right, Coke Zero, did you go back and take a look at the previous all-time highs? It's pretty rare that it happens on the second day, okay? Maybe the third. Okay, but it takes quite a bit of time. Okay, so we won't rush into anything yet. But the only way that I can really go heavy, brother, is all the data lines up for me. And so what that means is all the shorts got squeezed out. And to be honest with you, Coke, I don't think you're really gonna stop people out until you get into like the 80s, right? So how funny is it that the shorts aren't gonna get squeezed out until like the Pico top for the year anyways, type of shit. So no, I don't think I'm gonna be really going too heavy, brother, because even if this bitch went all the way back down to 68, oh my God, I would probably try to go big long again. On the higher time frame, even if this bitch went all the way back down to like 68 or the 70 that everybody on crypto Twitter is talking about, it's not bearish, right? And so that's why I think losing 70 and then going to like 68 would actually be funnier. But yeah, so what I would say, Coke Zero, is the 1.25 extension for the 3 drives already happened. So if you consciously decided to say, hey, I'm not going to take the 3 drives, I would assume your next plan would have been to take the Kimba Crown formation. So the structure has changed, which means what? So people that are people that wanted to short but decided to pass on the 1.25 extension and the box and the sweep of the all-time high, then this is probably your next bet. So right here, and then Kimba box right there, and then your invalidation is the higher high. Bear with me. Do you know that we bounced off a fib? I'm pretty sure we did. So how did we get here? Okay, so do you see like structure change and candle change? Okay, so we're gonna go from here to here. Okay, that's your medium range. So we're gonna go like this, Coke Zero, we're gonna go like this, we're gonna go like this, we're gonna go like this, and we're gonna extend. And we're just gonna take a quick, you wanna guess maybe what? Okay, so 7.5, sweep all the retail lows. Okay, so it basically did a swing fail on that range off of the 7.5, 7.86, and it didn't quite rotate all the way up to the 0.5, but right now it's trying to turn that into support. Okay, so if they turn this into support, Coke Zero, you are back to neutral on bearish edge. Okay, which means that you might not necessarily want to take this so blindly per se. Okay, so this is in play now as a level, but first things first, Coke Zero. The 3 drives, do you have any sort of bearish edge? So here's your RSI. So from here and then from here to here, lower high. So CVD, you have regular. RSI, you have regular. Okay, Coke Zero. So like 1.25, perfect. 1.25, 1.25. This is one of those things where I think you should get stopped out in profit and maybe reevaluate what happens when you get to the Kimba box. So let's just assume that you're going to, let's say that you have pixel perfect 1.25 entry. Okay, you're gonna start shaving behind here, and then behind here, and then you're probably gonna get stopped out right around here. Let's just assume that you have pixel perfect top. Okay, you could even put it behind 7A6 if you want to. Okay, let's say that it stops you out, you stop out, bank. As soon as it does this, you have two options. One is you're not going to bet on any sort of 382 or 05 holding. You're going to assume it's going to go all the way down either to here or here, and then you're going to get something like this. And so that might be your possible entry. That might be your possible entry at the 7.5. That might be your possible entry at the golden pocket. Okay, so Coke Zero, all we really did though was we identified levels, and you're starting to get ready for things like Kimba Crown, okay? Because you know that on Kimba Crown, it will not exceed that left. Okay, and then with that, you got like fibs and shit. So how badly did you want to take a short, to be honest? How badly did you want to take a short? How badly do you want to let your longs run and you don't want to TP? Can you quantify it for me? Like, how bad, Coke Zero? Because I'll tell you how much position size you should do relative to how badly you want to do it. Do you actually believe that we're going to rotate? Or you just trying to hedge any sort of long? Like you have some longs, but just in case you don't want to get round tripped, you don't want to TP on the long. It hasn't really changed structure yet. All right, but your entry may be not that good. So you have an opportunity to possibly hedge short here. I already TP'd 40% from 67. Okay, so let me ask you this, Coke Zero. If you were to get filled 1, 2, 3, 4 from the golden pocket to the 7.5, so let's just say that you get full filled right in front of 7.5. Okay, how much would you lose? You don't have to tell me the actual number. You just say, I got it, if you have that number. Let's say that you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So your average entry is right in front of 7.5. So it's like 7,600, and your stop loss is at 7,692. So that's about $400. How much would you lose? How much would you be willing to lose to protect your long? Risking 1,500 per coin? What the fuck? No. Are you talking about this or are you talking about this? This, you would do the same thing. I would do the same thing here. I would never take the first wick. The only time I would take the first wick is I see this going down. Big box? No, I'm not taking the first wick. There's no blind limits. The only thing I have are blind TPs. All right. Nicola says why? Because of everything that we just went over today. Does S&P and NASDAQ look bearish to you? I need everything to line up for me to take a short attempt, Nicola, because so many shorts are underwater right now. All right. So I don't know if NASDAQ looks bearish. It looks like it's doing some pattern or pennant or flag or whatever, the pizza, triangle, whatever. I need to see some like actual higher time frame structure change. I need to see Bugammas look a little bit more bearish than this. So Do you see how it's all left leading now? So I think if we are going to short, maybe tomorrow. Okay? Or possibly Monday, most likely. Is what I would have to guess now. So if I see like a really nice CVD bear div, and if I see like a really clean swing fail better than that one, and if I see S&P looking really bearish, NASDAQ looking really bearish, then I will put some blind limits in. But for now, Coke Zero, I don't have any blind limits, and I don't think I will. Okay, I think the easier short, if you really want it, would be the Kimba Crown off of the 7.5 on this retracement. And it's not because it looks bearish or anything. And this is why I was asking you, are you looking more to hedge, or are you really trying to get it all the way down to like 68, 72 type of shit? CME, good high up there. So, you know, the point of control for the previous range lines up there. So if you really want to short Coke Zero, there you go. And the thing is at least you have clear invalidation. It's the higher high. So, all right. Other than that, I would never put blind limits in unless I see all the shorts get squeezed out. I don't think they're going to get squeezed out until the actual cycle top is in, which is maybe 86, 88, 92, something like that. And so every short opportunity I think is worth taking, like this one, and just put your stop loss at break even. Don't be afraid to protect, you know? So do you think retrace to next Monday and then go for CPI next week with pump? Why is like you always be asking me these goofy ass like, yo, can you predict the future questions? I don't know. Your guess is just as good as mine at this point, Wysek. You've been around with me long enough. You've seen all that shit. Wysek, boy. Remember when we were looking for divs on the golden pocket, my boy, Wysek? You know, that's when you started to kick it with us, right? Boy, golden div on golden packet. Yeah. Boy, that was some good shit, Wysek. Brother, man, you're one hell of a trader at this point. You don't need my help. You don't need my help. If you're capable of coming up with questions like that, dude, your guess is just as good as mine. How the fuck am I supposed to know that? Do you think it will retrace to next Monday and then go for CPI next week with pump? How the fuck am I supposed to know that? Ka-chee! Can you give me a couple variables like where Sato at least enters positions? I don't know. Honestly, I think if you are able to come up with questions like that, your guess is just as good as mine, bro. Okay, not only were you asking me about specific levels, specific reactions at those levels, but also specific times in which they would happen. You know, like I can't even figure this shit out. So I don't know. I mean, Wysek, let me ask you this, motherfucker. Are you going to take this short, yes or no? And why? I showed you some divs, right? CVD, RSI. You got the swing fail of all-time high on CME, and it's a bad high. The only two things that would be going against you on this short attempt right here, okay, would be S&P and NASDAQ. They don't look bearish yet. And you have underwater shorts. I'm in a short from top already. Quit playing with me. I knew it. 76.4? You 76.4. Okay, you nasty. Okay, so all right, hot shot. All right, hot shot. What are you gonna do? Where's your stop loss and profit, bitch? All right, you guys stay safe. Maybe I'll poke my head in later tonight, but more likely not. So I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Juice is the juice and the math is the math. Kachai. Sato, tell them what happens if they don't use stop loss.